Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. So Cardano is coming down to the 61.8% fib level. It actually dropped a little bit below that. So in the previous video I showed you the possibility here, or in the previous videos I showed you the possibility that we could be forming here a reversal pattern. And yesterday actually it was trying to break out of this descending wedge, but it was a fake out and we then moved down. Told you that I wouldn't be surprised if we get down to the 61.8% fib level. That is pretty much now, but we even lost the 50-day moving average, which is pretty much at the same level, and we're currently finding support pretty much at the same level where we had this wick come down before. Here at the left hand side you can see it at around 92.5 cents. This was on the 23rd of January, 22nd. Yeah, there we came to the same level already, found support. But yeah, my view is because we dropped, unfortunately, below the 61.8% fib level, and because I think Bitcoin is, as we speak, probably dropping below 40K. I would need to double check. It was just above or just around 40K. I would expect this also to drop lower. So when we talked about this beginning of a downtrend up here, that's when I closed my long position as well. Yeah, I mentioned it in the videos. Then we obviously entered that downtrend, and the downtrend is only over when it's over, really. So all we can do, observe. We can only make assumptions about where the low is. My minimum expectation for that drop was, let me just check the fibs because we talked about it. My minimum expectation for that drop was the 50% fib level, so $1. Yeah, so we got to that level, and you can see how nicely that 50% fib level works out, exactly $1. Then of that drop, we're currently finding support at the 61.8% fib level. Here of just that move, that 61.8 fib level is at 94 cents. But the 50% was the minimum. Yeah, that's what I told you. It's the minimum what it needs to do, because if we count this as an impulse, and you can count it as an impulse, as a 5-wave move, then here in the current wave 2, the minimum it needed to do was the $1 level. This would also have been a logical level in terms of, you know, even if this is not already the 5-wave move, but only a 3-wave move, then in that wave 4, this would have still been possible in a 4th wave to come down to the 50% fib level. So it was a logical level. Now we broke that quite significantly, and to be honest, it's not looking too good at the moment. But as I said to you before, you know, as long as we don't break above, well, at least the 126 level, which was this one here, which was the 50% fib level, but actually, and that is more important, even the 163 level, until we break these two levels, but best would be the 163, the downside potential is still there, and we cannot yet be confident that the low is already in. So maybe, and again, I don't have the crystal ball. I'm not a fortune teller, as I say. I don't know where the low will be, and I don't know if this is now the final sell-off that we've all been waiting for on this channel, because it's always been, or pretty much since November, end of November, the Bitcoin target has been on this channel below 29K. Through, you know, there are different ways to get there, but this is still the goal, in my opinion. In my opinion, Bitcoin needs to get there. I think it would be the best for the chart. In my opinion, it's the most likely scenario to get there. And in that scenario, if this is now the beginning of that sell-off finally, and I don't know if it is that yet, then Cardano could still get to that ominous, strange 55-cent level that many people feared, that many people waited for actually, but then we turned around here. Yeah, so then we turned around here, made people bullish. Yeah, and again, I became bullish as well because it was looking like a first impulse, and now we're coming down a little bit, well, pretty much still sort of in line with expectations, but we're coming down quite strongly. So yeah, I mean, on this channel we never really put off that scenario that we could come down even lower. Yeah, and that has good reasons, because we did not break above 126 and 163, and these were the two levels that I mentioned that we need to break. It's getting less likely that we drop once more above that 126 level, and really unlikely above 163. That's just structurally important in terms of the Elliott wave method, but it could really be that what we're doing here, that 5th wave is not complete yet, And I think this is going to play out if Bitcoin finally gets and Bitcoin finds its way into its target area between 20 and 29K. Then also for Cardano, we can expect this range here between 30 and 55 cents. It would be a bargain in my opinion. Yeah. A lot of people again get pissed off with Cardano, get annoyed, but to be honest, it's only doing again what many other cryptos are doing as well. And I had a few questions about the upcoming Vasil hard fork in June, because as we know historically, typically Cardano before a hard fork, like a couple of months before it starts to go higher, it starts to run. Now, of course, it needs the right environment. At the moment, of course, we are still in a downtrend, but the good thing is maybe we see another lower low, yeah, and even if we do that, we are pretty much in the last meters of that correction. So it could still be that the correction will take another few weeks, maybe throughout April, and then in May at some point, we're going to see the turnaround. And Cardano can move within weeks to new all-time highs. We've seen it before, yeah. So we've seen it here. This was a hard fork in September. The price moved from around $1 to $3.10, yeah. Here we had a hard fork, I believe that was in March 21, could be wrong, I need to double check, I think that was, and we had a run from down here really, you know, it was a significant run up. And yeah, now we've got a hard fork in June again, so that could be the next wave up. I think we are in the last meters of the correction. Also, if we take a look at the Fibonacci levels that are currently being addressed here, and you know, that the downtrend overall is slowing down a little bit, we see that. We've seen that with this more significant move up. And on the daily chart, we've seen that where Cardano finally broke above the 50 level of the RSI. And it was really the longest time since September that Cardano was here above the 50 level of the RSI, basically in the bullish range. Everything else was a fake out. That is a first really, really good sign. But now we've obviously seen the opposite again, Cardano dropping below 50 again. The short signal here on the ADX and DI indicator, and overall, also here the 2-day chart is under pressure. You see the MACD is probably going to print a bearish crossover. Also here a short signal, and that doesn't look bullish anymore. So yeah, I think we see that negative momentum kick in, and I think this could really be that potential final sell-off scenario that we are now getting, which I would really love to see, because it finally means that we get that final sell-off and that we get close to the end of the correction. I'm really waiting for it, and it's also a mindset change. I'm really proud of this community, because typically a lot of people get panic when prices are going down. But the thing is, if you are in the current market cycle where we are, where we've already dropped 60, 70, 80% many cryptos, yeah, and you're doing another move down, in my opinion, this just finally will accelerate that final sell-off and will finally get us where we need to get to. It's different, of course, when you move to new all-time highs. Everybody hopes prices go higher and higher and higher, and you turn around then that's shit, because you know that the prices are going to drop probably 70%. But now we are here in a region where, yes, of course, prices from now could drop another 50%. But when you zoom out, this drop here is really small compared to what is going to come and what already was there in the past. So really looking forward to, if this is, I sincerely hope we see another dip. And I'm really proud of this community that you're so calm. You actually also, I think a lot of people waiting for that dip, waiting for the end of the correction, because only if there is a final dip and capitulation and people get pissed off and people leave the market, people get frustrated, only then we can see that, that final turnaround, yeah, and that final move down where many weekends get moved out of the market, get washed out of the market. What is happening here, with this a bit of up and down, this doesn't really give the chart any progress. It doesn't really help the chart develop, doesn't really help with the structure. It's just a bit of sideways movement, and it doesn't really give any progress. What I would love to see is now finally that final sell-off, and hopefully it happens really fast. But as always, it probably happens differently than you hope. And you've got my target areas. We're currently moving here again into my buy order ranges. Yeah, we're already in my buy order ranges. For channel members, you can find my buy and sell orders, of course, on Discord, where I set my limit orders at strategic levels where I expect to turn around with a higher probability. It's based on dollar cost averaging as well, taking larger swing trades, buy and sell orders. but it probably will take a while until I trigger my sell orders. But again, it can happen within weeks that we move to new all-time highs, right? When the turnaround happens, you've seen it here, it can happen within weeks. And also here you had a 70-80% sell-off, and then you move to new all-time high. So looking forward to that turnaround. I think at the moment we are going to see a little bit more downside here. I can't tell you if we're going to see a higher low or a lower low. The thing is, as long as you are in a downtrend, you are in a downtrend. At the moment, we are not seeing any reversal of the momentum into a new uptrend. So at the moment, we are in a downtrend, and we have to expect continuation of that move down at the moment. Bear in mind, what I can tell you here is only a momentary snapshot of the chart. All right, that's my view on Cardano. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Also follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can find the links in the video description. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership, where you can get access to the Telegram live chat, the Discord server, and also a weekly live stream. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.